The Jets made some sneaky signings yesterday through the night last night, and let's break them down for you guys. What's up, Jets fans? I'm Julian Locasto, and this is the Gang Green Report. Guys, if you're tuning in, hit that like button on your way in and subscribe to the channel for more Jets content all off season long. Guys, Darren Mougey was burning the midnight oil last night, bringing in two signings while we were all out in our beds and bringing in some new faces yesterday as well. We'll start with yesterday. The Jets filled in with some big time needs, re-signing running back and kick returner Kenny Nwangwu to a 1-year deal worth up to $2.5 million per Tom Pelissero. He made his name as an AP second team All-Pro returner in 2022 with the Minnesota Vikings. He registered about 944 yards and a touchdown that season as their main return man. Even as a rookie, Nwangwu registered 574 yards and 2 touchdowns. This year, he was kind of buried on the practice squad for the Jets. And for some reason, it took the Jets until December to play a former All-Pro returner. And when they did, he delivered on his first return for a 99-yard touchdown return. Nwangwu also has a career 28.7 yards per kick return, which is tied for fourth in NFL history with former Jets special teamer ace Joe McKnight. This is a great move for Mougey and co. as a young 27-year-old that has experience and is a threat in the return game, which is always a valuable asset for a team that has really struggled in that department the last couple of seasons. We've all seen Xavier Gibson on those returns the last couple of years, either dropping balls or downing the ball far into our own end. This could be a signing that allows us to add a threat into that department that we've lacked for so long. And then the next signing, which I really, really like, which is wide receiver Tyler Johnson out of the Los Angeles Rams and way of Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He was a 5th rounder of the Bucs in 2020. He played an integral part for the Bucs team that won a Super Bowl with Tom Brady, was a role player on that team, was a guy that I was high on in 2020 as a depth receiver for the Jets. So pretty cool that we're getting him now at his age 26 season. This is a guy that caught 26 catches, 291 yards, and a touchdown for the Rams a year ago. He's 6'1", 210 pounds, played 60% on the outside and 40% on the slot. So he has that inside-outside versatility. He had a 2.6% drop catch rate and 71% contested catch rate. So that's really good. He's got reliable hands. At best, low drop rate. He's going to be able to go up and get it in a lot of situations. So I really, really enjoy that aspect of his game as well. He also averaged 8.6 depth per target, which isn't that great. But what is great is he's got 5.3 yards after the catch, which is a good upside swing there as well. At best, this is a high-end wide receiver 3 option. I really liked the Jets potentially getting a guy like Nick Westbrook-Akine at this spot, but this could be a similar type high-end option player that could produce for the New York Jets with inside-outside flexibility and might just compete with Malachi Corley for that wide receiver 3 reps this season. So who knows? We might be getting a diamond in the rough here. Who knows? We'll see what he looks like in camp and what opportunities he might get with the team. In other news, the Jets also brought in 2 more special teams players. Punter Austin McNamara. He was a Texas Tech product that has barely little to no any game experience in the league, but was kind of buried on the Bengals training camp roster last summer. He averaged 45.91 yards a punt, which was the highest mark in school history in the Big 12 conference. And his 48.2 yard average. His junior campaign was also a Texas Tech and Big 12 single season record. McNamara, who became the first Red Raider to earn all Big 12 first team honors 3 times in a row, matched a FBS record by averaging 40 yards per attempt in 37 games. This could be someone that competes with Thomas Morstead, who has been one of the Jets' best players in the past couple of years. That's really sad saying that, but it is true. Thomas Morstead has been somebody who's been really reliable in special teams for the New York Jets the last couple of years, but he is getting on the older side. Who knows how many more years he has of productive football in him. So this could be somebody that could compete for the role and could see some time later on, or even be a guy that we can put on our practice squad for a year or two, groom, and have him come up after Thomas Morstead is no longer on the team. And then lastly, guys, we brought in cornerback special teamer Chris Boyd from the Houston Texans. He was a former 7th rounder from the Minnesota Vikings back in 2019. He was a solid special teamer, known for shoving his special teams coordinator during the playoff game against the Chiefs last season. We all know that. In my mind, a little bit of a red flag, but who knows? Had 7 penalties on special teams, 5 tackles, 3 assisted tackles, and 3 missed tackles on the season for Houston as a special teamer. Was actually teammates with our now special teams coordinator, Chris Banjo, back in their Arizona days. So there is some familiarity there with those two. And with the injury to Irv Charles, he tore his ACL last season. He was a guy that was really coming on for the Jets as a special teamer. This can add some much needed depth to the room and some familiarity with our new special teams coordinator. So I like this signing. Hopefully it could be somebody that could be much needed depth for the position. So guys, altogether, the Jets have continued to add young depth signings at positions of need. I think we can all agree that the Jets haven't gone big fish hunting this year, but have continued to add developmental young options with upside. So let us know in the comments below, what do you think of these signings? Don't forget to like the video on your way in and subscribe if you're new. And as always, guys, go Jets.